Hi everyone, welcome to another What's Next video here in North County, San Diego, California. My name is Ricky and this is a What's Next Today video log. It's for a couple reasons. One is those who are watching the phenomenon of aging, which I'm hoping to keep this channel alive for at least another 4 years. And as well as a quick update on my garden and my root burls. I'll tell you what's happening with my root burls. I am going to continue with those this summer and this spring, but I have a lot of work around here I need to do as well. I also keep up my exercise, and that's another thing that I'm doing. I have an event coming up this month at Live Oak Park in Fallbrook, California. I'll be teaching my trekking sticks and yoga technique there, and I'm doing pretty good with that now. I've got this technique down pretty well, and I have a new playlist that I put together. I'll put that information as a link to that particular playlist in the about part of this video. So that is something that's kind of neat. It's a little different playlist, but I did that whole trek with that playlist. I did it on shuffle, and I found it to be a pretty nice one. It's a little different. It kind of is a slow pace here and there, but pretty much it'll keep you right on track for if you're doing a 5K and you want to kind of just lose your mind into the music. So that is what this playlist is all about. Now I've rambled on a whole long, too much time already, so let's look around my garden here. These are my Concord grapes that have seeds. I have ones that are growing over there that are seedless, bananas that are growing, and something that's kind of unusual for us here in California, or at least in Southern California, in the areas that there are a lot of just houses and no fields or anything, is wheat. I could not believe when I had a stalk of wheat that a person I showed it to didn't know what it was. So they had never seen a wheat berry before. So that's interesting that I've got that growing. They're all volunteers from a hay bale or a straw bale that I put out to amend the soil in my garden. So enough with that. Let's look around my garden and look at the root burls that I have coming up. So let's start off with about 3/4 of a straw bale that I had purchased in order to amend the soil here. And it did a real good job for the little small area that I'm working on. And oh no, this is not good. I'm going to leave this in the video because now I've got to eradicate a little problem. This is, you can see this dirt there. Oh no, because you can't use poisons and stuff in an organic farm. The only thing I can use is I'll talk about that in a little later on in the video, if this is what I suspect it is, and you're going to discover this at the same time I am. And does anybody think they know what this is before I show it to you? Because this will be pretty close to the end of the video. Does anybody know what that is? That's a telltale clue. Just by the simple grain, by the size of the grain, that's fire ant. They're just things that sting you and bite you, and it feels like fire when they do. But you don't see nothing on there, do we? But let's pick the board up. That's really where we're going to get it. Now, I'm going to do that, but I think I need to prepare what I'm going to be using in order to treat this one small area. And I'll tell you what it is once I make. Hey, I'm back. And I made up a small solution of spinosad A and D. I will put that up so you can see what I'm talking about. It's slow acting. It's not immediate kill. And I'll have to come back and treat this 2 or 3 times. And it primarily affects the way the larvae is produced, and so it's a slow kill in regards to the colony, not necessarily the individual ants. But here we go. Let's open it up. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what fire ants love to do. And besides, it's not stuff. The issue that I have with them is that they will get up inside the buds and they will take away a lot of other beneficial insects and beneficial things that are in the garden, and they just love it here. They not only forage for the straw and what's going on, but they will eat anything. So they're and they will eat you too. You don't want to stand in one of those things, especially me. I have a condition called neuropathy, and I really can't feel my feet that well. So if I'm wearing my sandals and they get on my feet, I don't know it until I get this odd sensation, which is a systemic issue, an allergic reaction to the guys. So then I know I'm being bitten by those things. So they are not no friends of mine. And let's go on with my beautiful garden. There are my strawberries. They're looking really good. They took a little weird. The weather has been so weird. It's been hot and cold and hot and cold. They don't know what to do. But there's a real pretty one. It's kind of misshapen, but it's still real pretty. I'm gonna put it inside there so it won't cook on the. It's gonna get warm today, and on that board it'll cook. So those are strawberries, and this is my oregano. It's volunteer every year. It comes into a giant hedge, and then we have the wheat berries. There's the volunteer from that hay stack or straw stack that I amended the soil with, and then I have my right here is not volunteer. This is leftover basil from last year. These are leftover eggplant, and there are some eggplants on this. I'm not too sure what it's going to do year 2. I think they do grow for like 2 years. These are going to be coming out. I just left them there for looks. And blackberry. These are thornless blackberry. And here come this is the basil. So my basil is coming up really nice. Really nice here. And this is I got to get rid of this purslane. It just gets all over the place. I have enough of it. If you want to eat this stuff, it's a superfood. But I'm not into eating it right now. So let's get on with a little other part of the garden here. And that would be my bananas. Let's look at that from across the garden and make sure I'm not stepping in any more fire ants, just in case there's this thing here and we're good. And bananas look good. I got to get rid of that tail if I wanted them to get any bigger. So they're kind of hiding in there. I think they look pretty nice. There's another bunch right behind it. You can sneak in between the tree. We can see that one too. Then these are seedless Concord grapes, and they're blooming away and they look really nice. And of course we got a weed whack here, this organic farm, so everything out here gets whacked down and then it decomposes on the ground. This is my garlic. Has a ways to go. Hopefully a gopher doesn't come in and eat it like a gopher did my artichoke. Speaking of artichoke, I've got 3 more new ones to go in, and we'll be putting a basket so the gophers don't come in and eat the roots. So hopefully they don't find my garlic here and eat the roots for that. And here is a passion fruit. And it's getting ready to throw off some blossoms, and hopefully I will see some good passion fruit now. I've had this here for a year. It grew this big whole thing last year and had 3 pieces of fruit on it. And it was a lot of maintenance for 3 pieces of fruit. But it does shade this and keep my little shed here, my little tool bin cool when the sun is in this direction in the afternoon. So it is serving a good purpose, even though it is a wild thing. This thing just goes crazy. It just grows these tentacles over everything. And there's some flowers. These are all going to be happy. There's lots of them, so this thing is going to be loaded with those. Now, if any of them set, that would be great. Rhubarb. My rhubarb here is good. Let's see if there's some small ones in here. This one probably could come off, and we see if it tastes like. Tastes like rhubarb. These are bulbils. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to move them in a little cooler location. These are the tops of garlic. And you see those little tiny things at the end of garlic? If you save those heads and you plant them, they become single clove garlic. Then that single clove garlic will be multiple clove garlic. So those little things that grow out of the top of a garlic, those are called bulbils. And if you plant those, they turn into things that look like this. These will be single clove garlic. There'll be one clove of garlic on this garlic here. And then I plant that again and it will be multiple cloves. So these are seeded Concord. And they're doing real well. So we'll look at these later on in the season as well. And for my peppers this year, I'm only going to be growing pepperoncini right there, manganji, and that is shishito. And this is a pile of root burls that haven't reached the pressure washing stage yet. They haven't been soaked or trimmed. And this pile here gets rotated from the bottom up every now and then. But this is quite a collection of hard, old root burls. And they will trim up nicely. These I found buried in the stream bed. And they were bulldozered over. So I managed to find them after a really big wash and rescue them. And these are going to be special pieces. I don't know how I'm going to construct them because they weigh pretty close to like almost 80 pounds a piece, if not more. And I haven't sat in my chair for a little while to work on these things, and it's long overdue. And these are, I think I put these to be up next, but I think I may have changed my mind. And all of these have already been washed, and they're ready to go at some time. We're talking about a lot of time to be able to do these things, so this is going to keep this channel busy for a while. And well, that's going to be the end of this video for today. I'm going to be showing my rat and possum and cat video here coming up. It'll be a couple more days before we conclude whether or not rat control has worked or not. We did have quite a bloom of Norway rats out here. And of course, out there, that's the Cleveland National Forest over that hill. And this is out in they have run of this whole place. So it is organic, there's lots of food, and every now and then some critters get a little out of hand. And those Norway rats did that definitely, as you could see in the video that I posted not too long ago. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.